Good day, traders. Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. Today, just going over, traders have asked, what instruments do you trade? How do you review? How do you identify your best setups? So I'm just going to give a brief overview, basically, of my daily plan of attack. As I've talked about before, I basically follow the 6 major pairs, pound, euro, yen. Don't really trade Aussie, New Zealand, Canadian dollar that often, so they're not really part of my overall view. But what I basically do each session is, if I'm going to be looking at Asia, my first and foremost plan of attack, or first pairs that I look at, are usually the yen, of course, and then the yen crosses, the pound yen, the euro yen, and probably the least is the Aussie yen, and that's just purely from preference. I find that out of those 4 pairs, if I am going to look at Asia, if I see something that sets up, one of those pairs will usually offer me a decent opportunity. Now, again, just coming back to some common, simple things. If something's going to move in a session, most likely a major pair that is traded in that session is going to have the opportunity to be traded. So obviously during the Asian session, the yen, Aussie, New Zealand, those pairs may trade more. And I find with New Zealand and Australian dollar, that because of my frequency of ever taking trades with them, which is very, probably only 10% of trades I ever take are on those pairs, my main focus is usually on the yen crosses. That's for the Asian session. I will always have a quick glance at the U.S. indexes, S&P, NASDAQ, gold, and oil, depending on the day of the week and how that session has closed the night before. So in some instances, I will trade one of those pairs in Asia. And again, it comes back to setups. My main focus in the U.S. session is, of course, the NASDAQ, S&P, oil, and gold. And I am only looking for one good trade. So that's something that I keep harping on, is that I'm only looking for one really good trade in a session. And the same applies for the Europe-London window. The euro, the pound, the euro yen, and the pound yen are my main focus in those sessions, because when London opens up, theoretically the pound is going to move. But again, it comes back to where we're at in that 5-day cycle, because I can have an opportunity perhaps on a different instrument on day 3 or on day 1, and that, whatever that template offers in that setup for that instrument. So the pound, the euro, they're not going to necessarily move exactly the same every single day in the London session. They may have opportunities in the US session based on how that's set up over the day, meaning that it hasn't moved in Asia or London, and therefore maybe the opportunity is in the US session. But again, just coming back to some simple things. I know a lot of traders have asked me, do you trade the DAX? Do you trade crypto? And, whatever instrument, or a Euro New Zealand, or the Pound Aussie, or whatever, they all move. But again, coming back to just juggling how much you can process and manage effectively. Remember, my main approach is always about simplicity. What can I duplicate and keep simple and reproduce over and over again? My main focus is the U.S. session, primarily, again, because I think that the best opportunities are as the day evolves over the course of that 3-session setup. And again, with some of the instruments in the U.S. markets, the opportunities can be bigger in terms of their range and still control my risk. And that allows me to, again, just come back to duplication at specific times, 9:30, 8 to 11 a.m. New York Eastern Standard Time. And so I always will do a review of all those instruments before every session, because it only takes me, a few minutes to scroll through and have a quick look at each pair in terms of that session and the setup potential for that session or that day. And so just keeping things as simple and duplicatable as possible. So Asia, I look at Asian crosses. I will look at gold and the indexes real quickly, and oil during the London session. But again, just coming back to some simple things, pound, euro, yen crosses, because they usually have a decent amount of volatility, but I'm only looking for certain things during those sessions if they're set up. So keeping it simple and just being able to duplicate, rinse, and repeat. So my main focus is that London session when London opens, when New York opens, that New York market open. If there's the opportunity over the course of the day that sets up for that first hour opportunity in the U.S., then so be it. I want to be able to identify that. But just keeping things as simple as possible, having your textbook, playbook setups. That's the key, and knowing when they're going to show up, which sessions are going to move the best for those instruments. Taking the trade, again, simple thought process. Entry, stop loss, profit target, get off the screen. Simple rinse and repeat, scalability of those trade setups. And again, for the traders that are emailing and asking, I've put the link below in the description box for the free audio download, the 7-step daily routine for high-performance traders. Bulletproof yourself with your daily routines to build your confidence, your discipline, your winning mindset, accelerate your learning 1% better every single day. And also the 4-step method to high-performance trading, just a basic outline, trading plan, mindset, tactics, why most traders will continue to lose, and how you can execute and refine and improve on your trading edge. These are free downloads. You just head over to the link below at Thinkific, and you can access those immediately. So again, the playbook will be coming out hopefully in the next 4 to 5 days. I'll be making an announcement regarding that and how we'll be able to tap into accessing that. So keep it simple, traders. Build your routines, bulletproof yourself, focus on your best setups, know what they are, know what you're going to be trading in those sessions when those opportunities are best for you to execute those. Keep it simple. We're going to have a big week. We had some massive moves this week, and it looks like that volatility will continue. Have a great day, and may the markets go with you.